$79 a month. That's the raise, the newest 2027 COLA estimate, just penciled into the average Social Security check. And whether you actually keep it comes down to 6 numbers most retirees never check. Stay with me until number 6, because it's the one nearly everyone gets completely backwards. Number 1, the new estimate itself and what it actually puts in your pocket. On July 14, 2026, the Senior Citizens League released its updated projection for the 2027 cost of living adjustment, 3.8%. That's a full point above the 2.8% raise you got in 2026. Here's the math on a real check. The average retired worker benefit as of June 2026 is $2,084.40 a month. Multiply that by 3.8% and you get $79.21, pushing the average check to roughly $163.61 starting in January 2027. Over a full year, that's about $950 more. But the average is not your number, and this is where people go wrong. If your gross benefit is $1,500, your raise is about $57. If you and your spouse bring in $3,400 combined, you're looking at roughly $129 more per month. The mistake that costs people real money: budgeting off the headline number instead of their own. Someone sees $79 raise, commits to a $79 a month payment upgrade in November, then discovers their actual raise is $52. That's a $324 hole over the next year. Do this instead. Pull out your newest benefit statement, find your gross monthly amount before Medicare is deducted, and multiply it by 0.038. Write that number down, where you'll see it in January, and know the estimate isn't unanimous. AARP's analysis points to 3.6%, and retired Social Security analyst Mary Johnson projects 3.7%. So build your budget on the low end, 3.6%, and treat anything above it as cushion. If the final number lands at 3.8, you're ahead. If it lands at 3.6, you never feel the difference. Number 2, the calendar, because the raise arrives months later than most people think. The 2027 COLA is not set by Congress, and it's not set by the President. By law, the Social Security Administration compares the average consumer price index for urban wage earners, the CPIW, across July, August, and September of 2026 against the same 3 months of 2025. That percentage difference, rounded to the nearest tenth, becomes your COLA, which means the number is being decided right now this quarter by 3 monthly inflation reports. The official announcement comes on October 14, 2026, the morning the September inflation data is released. But here's where retirees get tripped up. The October announcement puts nothing in your bank account in October. The increase applies to December 2026 benefits, and December benefits are paid in January 2027. Your first bigger deposit lands in January, on your normal payment date, the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Wednesday depending on your birth date, or the 3rd of the month if you've been receiving benefits since before May 1997. The expensive mistake here: scammers know this timeline better than you do. Every October, fake letters, texts, and calls go out telling seniors they must activate, verify, or claim their COLA increase, sometimes for a fee. One widow hands over her bank login to register for the raise and loses far more than $79. The truth: the COLA is automatic. No form, no call, no fee, ever. In December, Social Security posts your official COLA notice in your My Social Security account. That's the only place you need to look. Number 3, Medicare is going to take a bite, so know your net number. The Part B premium comes straight out of most Social Security checks before the money ever reaches you. In 2026, the standard premium is $202.90 a month. The 2026 Medicare Trustees Report projects it rises to about $209.50 in 2027, an increase of roughly $6.60 or 3.25%. Put the two together. The average retiree's $79.21 gross raise shrinks to about $72.60 net. On a $1,500 benefit, your $57 raise nets out near $50. Smaller benefit, bigger sting. That flat $6.60 eats a larger share of a small raise. Now, the protection most people don't know they have. The hold-harmless rule. If your Part B premium is deducted from your check, Your Social Security payment generally cannot go down because of a Part B increase. The premium hike is capped at the size of your dollar COLA. With a 3.8% raise on the table, almost everyone clears that bar this year, but it matters enormously in low COLA years, so remember it exists. The mistake to avoid: higher income retirees forgetting IRMAA. If the income on your 2025 tax return crossed the IRMAA thresholds, you'll pay a surcharge on top of the standard premium in 2027, and that surcharge can swallow the entire raise. The final 2027 premium isn't official until CMS announces it, typically in November 2026. Your action for this point: the week that November announcement drops, subtract the new premium from your gross 2027 benefit and write your net number next to the gross one. That net figure is your real budget, not the headline. And keep that net number handy, because number 6 is where the whole $79 raise story flips upside down. It's the part almost everyone cheers for and shouldn't. Number 4, the raise can quietly raise your taxes. Here's the mechanism most retirees have never been shown. Whether your Social Security is taxable depends on combined income, your adjusted gross income, plus tax-exempt interest, plus half of your Social Security benefits. Cross $25,000 as a single filer, or $32,000 married filing jointly, and up to 50% of your benefits become taxable. Cross $34,000 single or $44,000 joint, and up to 85% can be taxed. Here's the trap. Those thresholds were set decades ago and have never been indexed for inflation. Your benefit goes up 3.8%. The thresholds go up 0%. So every single COLA pushes more retirees over the line. Example with real numbers. A single retiree with $24,600 in combined income in 2026 sits comfortably under the line. Add roughly $475, half of a $950 annual COLA, plus a small bump in savings interest, and in 2027 she's over $25,000. Part of her benefit is now taxable for the first time, and she owes at filing time with no withholding in place. The common mistake: doing nothing until the surprise bill arrives in April 2028, sometimes with an underpayment penalty stapled to it. What to do this week? Look at last year's combined income. If the COLA could push you across $25,000 or $32,000, file Form W-4V with Social Security to withhold 7, 10, 12, or 22% from your checks, or set up a quarterly estimated payment. 10 minutes of paperwork now beats a 4-figure surprise later. And if you're safely under the thresholds even after the raise, you get to skip this one. Just confirm it on paper, don't assume it. Number 5. The raise can bump you off other benefits if you don't recheck the limits. Millions of retirees stack help on top of Social Security, Medicare Savings Programs that pay the Part B premium for you, extra help that caps prescription costs, SNAP for groceries, and state property tax relief, each with a monthly income limit. A COLA raises your countable income in January, and every year some seniors get letters saying they no longer qualify. Or worse, they assume they won't and quietly drop out on their own. Here's what the scary letters never explain. The income limits move too. Most of these programs tie their limits to the federal poverty guidelines, which are updated for inflation early each year. When your check rises 3.8%, the limits typically rise close behind, and many states disregard the new COLA entirely for the first months of the year until the new limits take effect. The dollars at stake dwarf the raise itself. A Medicare Savings Program pays your Part B premium over $2,500 a year at 2027's projected rate, and extra help is worth thousands more per year in drug costs. Losing that over a $79 raise would be a catastrophe. Walking away from it when you still qualify is a bigger one. The classic mistake: a retiree gets the COLA, remembers last year's limit, decides he's now $40 over, and never reapplies, leaving thousands on the table because he compared a 2027 income against a 2026 limit. The move: in January, when your new benefit amount is real, recheck every program against the new 2027 limits. Your state SHIP counselor will run the numbers with you free of charge. Number 6. The one people get completely backwards: cheering for a bigger COLA. Every summer, retirees root for the estimate to climb 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, as if a bigger number means Washington got generous. Flip it around. The CO's not a raise, It's a receipt. That 3.8% exists only because prices already rose about that much. You already paid it at the pharmacy, at the grocery store, on your insurance, and you're reimbursed on a delay. The inflation being measured is July through September of 2026. But the money doesn't reach you until January 2027. Months of higher prices you covered out of pocket at the old benefit level, and that money is gone permanently. Then remember what the CPIW actually measures. The spending pattern of urban wage earners, working-age people, not retirees. Seniors devote 2 to 3 times more of their budget to healthcare than that formula assumes, which is why so many retirees feel poorer, even when every COLA arrives right on time. So the genuinely good news for your wallet would have been a smaller estimate. It would mean the drain on your savings had slowed. That's the mindset shift. Stop treating COLA season like a lottery drawing and start treating it as a warning gauge. When the estimate jumped from 2.8 to 3.8, that gauge said your costs accelerated. The practical response: don't absorb the raise into everyday spending. The retirees who stay ahead aim the COLA straight at the specific bills that caused it. The Part B increase, the higher grocery line, next year's insurance premium, and bank whatever is left, because the next inflation spike always arrives before the COLA that repays it. So here's the picture. Roughly 3.8%, about $79 on the average check, announced October 14th in your bank in January, minus Medicare and maybe minus taxes. Your one action step this week: log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov or create one, write down your exact gross benefit, and multiply it by 1.038. That's the January number you'll verify to the penny. If this helped, subscribe and share it with someone who's retired. They'll thank you.